Welcome everyone to this Thursday night, and you know what that means? Just a bit outside radio show, Jabo live on the air. Thanks for checking us out. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Share the link, share the love, click the like, click the subscribe, click everything that's got to do with the show page. You got Mark, you got Keisha. Keisha, how's it going?
Hey, what's poppin', everybody? Happy Thursday. The weekend is just around the corner. Thank God.
Man, it's Thursday. We were on Thursday last week, but it feels like it's been 3 years with everything going on.
Hell yeah, so much to unpack and to talk about, man. It makes for a really good show. So let's get it cracking, man. Gosh, it's so much. Where do you want to start? I mean,
You mean, we always start with what's going on around town. Did you do anything last weekend or?
Okay, all right. Well, all right. Gosh, let me think. What the hell did I do? I hung out a little bit, but there was a little buzz going on around here in the 410, and I really mean buzz. And when I'm talking about the buzz, Beehive was in full effect, man. Beyonce was performing at FedEx Field.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know that? Yo, you did. She did 2 shows, right? First show was on Saturday, and then there was a show on Sunday. Like, the Sunday show, though, made, news. I'm surprised you didn't hear about it. Oh. There was, a weather delay. First of all, FedEx Field is just really crappy. First of freaking all, you could have came to M&T, baby, for real.
Right?
You wouldn't have had these problems, for real. FedEx is falling apart. It's totally not fit for a queen, you know what I mean? But anyway, they had a delay on the show on Sunday, a weather delay, right? So, the people were packing inside FedEx Field. And when I'm telling you, I'm serious when I say no pun intended, when they showed this, the kind of aerial view of the people that were inside of this, they looked like bees in a beehive.
Really?
Seriously, people were getting trampled. People were falling out, passing out because it was so hot.
Wow.
It was horrible, yo. It was absolutely horrible. But, after a little delay, Queen Bee and Little Blue Ivy took the stage and did the damn thing. I heard it was a decent show, man.
I did see something about Blue Ivy being on stage with her. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. She got a whole little routine or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I did know a couple of friends that went. They enjoyed themselves, of course. I mean, Beyonce she always puts on a good show. I've only seen her in concert once, and that was when her and Jay-Z came to M&T Bank Stadium for their On the Run show. And that was the first time I've ever seen Beyonce live. And, I got to tell you, from that performance on, I looked at Beyonce in a whole new light and had so much respect for her because, Girlfriend was getting it the whole entire time and, some incredible freaking heels and didn't miss a beat.
Wow.
That is tough to do, man. You know what I'm saying? It is really, really tough to do. It takes a lot of effort. So, big ups to the Beehive, all the fans that enjoyed themselves. God, the freaking outfits, yo. I would have gone just to see the outfits.
Really?
Where everybody was doing their best Beyonce impression. The Queens was in full effect. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nice.
All right. We had some baseball this weekend. The Orioles were rolling.
Oh yeah.
Buck Booty. Let me not say Buck Booty because I kind of feel bad for him right now. Buck Showalter came into town with the New York Mets, and for those who don't know, Buck Showalter was the manager that Brandon Hyde replaced. So, we are very familiar with him as he is with us. Yo, man, the Orioles did not take it lightly. I mean, we beat them down. We swept them. Took all 3 games from them, which was fantastic because we had gained a little bit of ground on the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
Also, during that series over the weekend, we Camden Yards, say we, but yeah, we, whatever. I'm part of it too. um, they were celebrating the 1983 O squad at the Yard on Saturday, and just in case you don't know, that was the last time the Orioles won the World Series. It was in 1983. They had a lot of people out there. Of course, Cal Ripken, Eddie Murray, and it was super special for Eddie Murray because it was also his bobblehead night.
Yep.
And then that's a collective item that will definitely be worth some money one day. So that was really cool. And a couple of the other teammates from that particular squad. So if you was out there on Saturday, man, that was really nice. That was really nice to be there and witness all that greatness under in one place.
You know what's wild? That '83 squad. It's not just the last Orioles to win a World Series; it's the last one to go to a World Series.
Yeah.
40 years.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was going off about the Phillies drought, and rightfully so. But we got a little something going on over here too.
Yeah.
We really do.
I don't know if it's the longest in baseball, but it's up there.
Yeah. And speaking of the home team and everything, we just toughed it out in a rough series against a really good Houston Astros team. We dropped 2 out of the 3. We did get that win today by the skin of our freaking teeth.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of uncharacteristic things that were going on over the past 3 days. I was out there on Tuesday. Jesus, man, that one was rough.
They had that one in
than yesterday, even though it was yesterday was more of a shellacking. But let me just tell you why it was so rough on Tuesday. We played an excellent game.
Yep.
All the way up, I swear to you guys, it was the end of the 8th inning. I was sitting in my section, and telling my homegirl, I'm like, it's 6-3. The Mountain is going to come in here. He's going to close this thing out. We can, start making our way out. And, dude, we're legit walking out. I'm walking along the side of Camden Yards. The lights are flashing. It's Mountain time. I can hear the cheers. I can hear the song and everything like that. Man, I get on the light rail, and my phone just starts blowing up.
No
shit.
Shit.
Oh my God, what the hell is happening? Oh, are you seeing this? I'm like, yo, what are they talking about? I opened up the ding dang phone. The game is over, and we lost 7-6. Felix gave up a grand slam, man. That joint, it was a good thing I wasn't out there because I would have jumped from them damn rafters from where I was sitting. It was, and like I said, it was uncharacteristic. Felix, we all know how fantastic he has been. He's been so fantastic. When things like this happen, it feels like the end of our lives.
Yeah.
Real life. Yesterday, even though the sample size is not great, I am feeling Jack Flaherty. He kind of got knocked around a little bit yesterday. And the bullpen really didn't come through, and so we lost yesterday's game. But today we were looking a little bit better. But I am not upset really, because we had a stretch of 8-9 games where I think we lost 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been playing so well. And, during these last 2 losses, thank God, Tampa Bay lost 1-2. And, of course, everybody is scoreboard watching right now. I was listening to the radio during the day game today, and Jim Palmer asked Brandon Hyde if he's scoreboard watching. And I literally said out loud, like, I really wish people would just stop asking these people this question because that is so dumb. You already know what the answer is. I mean, honestly, do you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, do
Yeah,
you honestly think that these people ain't checking the scores at the end of every night just like we are to figure out what the hell is going on out there?
they're gonna be
I mean,
like,
like, it's a dumb question, and I really wish people would stop asking it because it's just like, I don't know, you're not rattling anybody, like, and he was great. He was completely honest about it. He's like, hell yeah, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's a freaking logical answer, like, but
I just want someone who wants to answer, be like, no, of course not. Like, who cares?
right, so they can have some type of dumbass discourse. I'm so, it is what it is. It's media. I mean, we are a part of it. But, yeah, man. I mean, the Orioles are still going strong. We are still looking good. Houston, they're a good team too. But I can guarantee you that if you ask them, they be like, the Orioles is one of those teams that we just don't want to see in the postseason. Anything could fucking happen.
Oh yeah, and you got to believe the Astros are definitely one of the favorites to go to the ALCS. So if you're gonna see them now and take your losses and get a good look at them, might as well do it now.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. All right. So what else is going on around town? We've been talking about the U.S. Women's National Team. We had a pretty we had a pretty lengthy discussion about the at that time the upcoming game against Sweden. I voiced my doubt. Marcus, voiced his disappointment as well, and the U.S. Women's National Team lost that game. I mean, dude, how surprised are you?
I was shocked. I mean,
Yeah, I think we were shocked because um the way that they lost, the fact that they went to the point kicks, and just some of the shit that was going on during the point kicks is just like I don't believe it.
oh yeah, they kind of struggled in the group round, so you kind of figured, okay,
Yeah,
you're into the round of 16. Now you just got to win, and it just it's baffling.
yeah. I mean, it absolutely is. And if you remember last week, I said like I wasn't really feeling their vibe, like the energy level, and I was just for lack of a better expression right now, like sort of kind of lackluster. And that was not like the type of play that you wanted to take in, and it just seems like they never really cut the switch on in this tournament.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and I think this is rightfully so, are pointing the finger in a certain direction. Do you know where they're pointing it?
I'm afraid to ask.
It's the coach.
Oh,
It's
okay.
coach, and I agree. Coaching, and I agree with it. Um, you know, after we won the first game. Okay, yeah, we should have won the first game, but after the couple of draws, and like to me, I felt like the lack in change of um game plan. I just really don't think this was the guy for the job, and um, yeah, man, it was just I didn't recognize the women's team that whole entire tournament, and unfortunately they paid the price, and just they just laid up an egg out there, man. It was rough. It was really rough.
All right. So I know you watch more games than me because I just watched a couple games,
Yeah, sure.
but they're down to the quarterfinals this weekend. Tonight kicks it off. Spain against Netherlands. And then we got Japan, Sweden, Australia, France, and England and Colombia. Who you think has the best chance out of those 8?
Mm, 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 mm. I'm gonna go a little bit off the cuff here, for real, for real. Um, can I pick two?
Yeah, let's pick 2
Can I pick two?
because we're
Yeah.
bad at this.
Okay, I'm gonna go for like a solid lock. Of course, would be the Netherlands. Like those girls. I think I said it. They looked like they was straight I mean, they just looked so thorough, and honestly, like size-wise, they are so much bigger than a lot of teams out there. And I was really impressed with the way that they handled the United States. I think that's a good sure shot bet.
Okay.
Okay, and if I wanted to go a little bit off the cuff, for real, like I think that Japan Sweden game is going to be really interesting. I have that one circled,
Yeah.
and hell, man, why not Japan? You know what I mean? Like that would be my off the cuff pick. They've got Guff, and I think that they're gonna have to have a little bit of luck on their side, of course. I mean, everybody at this point, but they could possibly get it done too. Those would be my two picks,
And they've been one of the teams that have won the World Cup.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, nothing's out of the question. And actually,
No.
I like that pick because I have Japan as one of my two.
Yeah.
My other one, though, I'll go even maybe just a little bit more outside. I don't know. But France. Like, those women on that French team, man, I will say it's one of the games that I did catch. But, damn, they just handled their business. And it was crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I was watching like, it got evened up because they were ahead. And they were just like, no, we're not going to let that happen. They scored almost right away. And we all know it's tough to score in soccer.
Yeah.
So
That was the type of attitude I was expecting from the United States. I feel like
exactly.
we never got.
Yeah.
And clearly, we're talking about these kind of unsung heroes, right? And you're talking about like never backing down. Yo, that type of killer instinct is what you have to advance in this tournament. It's not necessarily about. I mean, yes, talent does play an issue, but you got to have that eye of the tiger, like you said, like that never back down. Or if we do get down, we coming right back at your ass mentality,
Exactly.
And because we all know how talented the U.S. women's national team is, man. They got more talent on that one squad than a lot of those countries out there, and but they just did not have that killer instinct. And to me, that was the main thing that was so detrimental to this run. It was rough. It was really rough to watch, and I have to say it like, you know how much I love these girls. It was disappointing to me. It really was.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone feels that disappointment.
Yeah. I just checked the Facebook feed. I didn't see any comments. Do we have any comments on the YouTube?
Nothing yet.
Okay, before we keep going. Okay. Well, let's see here. We talked about let's talk about the U.S. Women's National Team. Okay. Let's go just a bit outside really quickly before we start getting to the nitty gritty. Couple of years ago, we were all about this new show that was coming, that had debuted on HBO about, one of my favorite teams, the Lakers, a show called Winning Time.
Yeah.
You know how much we talked about that. We talked about the whole Jerry West lawsuit, how he's full of shit, and all the fun stuff that went along with the first season. Fantastic show, fantastic cast. It was to me, very entertaining. And I'm not talking about accuracy, but when I say a great depiction of what went down in the in the beginning of that era. Now, thank Jesus, like just in the nick of time before everything shuts down, the second season is back. Mark, have you checked out any of the new episodes yet?
I have not. But
okay, fantastic. I have not either. Can we do that this week, and we'll come back next show, because I think that'll be a nice thing to discuss. 'Cause, man, I really loved that show.
Yeah, definitely. I've been meaning to check that out too. So yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, all those basketball fans, if you like that show, it's back on the ones and twos, and go check it out, and get those episodes in so you can join in on next week's discussion. So, yeah, really excited about that one. All right, back to the back into the realm of sports. We all know that it is football season. Lots of stuff going down in the NFL. We got two preseason. We got a double dip tonight with preseason games. Two double dip of booty huffness. I gotta tell you though, last Thursday's game was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I mean, the Browns came from behind and did the damn thing. I actually stayed up and watched to the end. It was something else. It was something else. Oh. But before we get into the NFL action that is about to, has it started yet?
Yeah, it's underway.
Started at 7. I'm about to say usually when they have the double dip, first game's at 7. Okay, actually, Mark, can we just go ahead and do this first game right now?
Hell yeah.
And get this one out the way since it's already started.
Definitely.
Who do we got on the first game of the menu?
It's Texans at the Patriots, and Patriots are up 3-0.
Patriots up 3-0 already?
Yep.
Okay. We talked a little bit last week about what's going on between Bill Belichick and Mac Jones, excuse me. There's a lot of uncertainty going down with that. Of course, we all know that won't be decided tonight, what his future is, because he won't really be playing. But we got a team that is, they're kind of up in the air. You know what I mean? We have said, and it's been painfully clear over the past, 2 seasons? Tom Brady's been gone for 2 seasons? Right?
3.
3? Is it 3?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 seasons? Oh, yeah, because he faked us out that one. Yeah, so, there's a lot of stuff going around, a lot of comments being thrown around, like who really was the meat and potatoes of that operation, because, ever since he's been gone, things have not gone well. Bill Belichick has not looked great.
Yeah.
And, now, to add insult to injury, they're not even sure about what they want to do at the quarterback position. Houston Texans, we all know that place is a complete shit show, right? We had the whole Deshaun Watson situation. He's gone. We've had multiple coaches. I believe we have a new coach this year with them. This gentleman is African American, which is, I don't know. I'm glad that the brother got hired, but to me, it's a suspect hire. It's like trying to defuse at least one of the fires that they have going down there. But yeah, so we got 2 organizations that are really trying to get some steady footing in the NFL. We did say that New England Patriots are up 3-0 right now.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to do an easy money pick for the winner on this one. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't have much faith in the New England Patriots. And I'm not even talking about, I'm talking top to bottom. We were talking a lot of, not we. There is a lot of talk about that division, right? And, they got some contenders in that joint.
Yeah.
Okay? We talked about the Dolphins. We talked about the Bills. Dude, people are liking to throw the New England Patriots up in this conversation. I don't know why. I guess they're going off of past history. I do not. I am really fully expecting the New England Patriots to be bottom of the barrel. Okay? And, it feels like it's my experience in the preseason. The previous year, bottom of the barrels, they get the good second and third stringers. I feel like that was true with the Cleveland Browns. I forget what the kid's name is, but he used to quarterback at UCLA. When he came in the second half, or at the end of the first half, I mean, my man was looking legit. Yeah. He was he was just picking apart the other team. I mean, he looked really comfortable, and I'm going for this same situation tonight with the Houston Texans. And like I said, they got a new coach down there. Hopefully he's firing these guys up, wanting to make even though it's preseason, everything matters to those kids on the field, right? Might not matter much to us, might not matter much to the first stringers. There's some people out there, their jobs are on the line, money is on the line, a career is on the line.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm gonna go with the easy take. They're down 3 points right now. Go ahead and take them on the money, man. I'm feeling it tonight. I am going with the Houston Texans. What are you thinking?
I think I have less faith in the Texans than you do the Patriots. And it's preseason. It's a roll of the dice no matter what. And the Texans, they've played C.J. Stroud already today, which actually surprises me because I think he is competing for that quarterback job.
Yeah.
If not has it, because he is like their big rookie, get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Patriots on this. Just I don't know. I trust the Texans less.
All right, my man. Well, there you have it. We got one for the Patriots, one for the Houston Texans. We'll see how that game pans out. Like I said, they're in the first quarter. They're jamming off. A bit later on that game. Let's switch gears a little bit because this is kind of like the meat and potatoes of the show. One of the most exciting and entertaining conferences in the NCAA is the inevitable is going to be dismantling. For all of our outsiders out there that know, Mark is from Arizona. He is very, very familiar with the Pac-12.
Oh yeah.
And this is something huge. I mean, when you think back, especially me, my high school and college days, and I'm talking about the 90s, and we can go into the 2000s as well. When you're talking about Oregon Ducks, you're talking about Arizona Wildcats. There's a lot of back in the dayers, with some fantastic championship squads, and they are jumping ship, and for a conference that's been such a staple in the NCAA, it was really shocking for me. Mark and I talked a lot about it offline, and I mean, of course, we were going to talk about it with you guys. But Mark, since you're really like our Pac-12 guy, for those who may not have been paying attention or don't keep up with college football, and is listening to the discussion right now, why don't you give everybody a breakdown of what the hell happened with the Pac-12?
Yeah, and real quick, not just growing up in Tucson and loving the Wildcats my whole entire life. I worked at USC for a few years too, so familiar with both programs. And USC, UCLA, they announced earlier, like last year, that they were going to leave to the Big 12 or the Big 10. And after that, you saw the writing on the wall that it was going to be tough for the Pac to get a good media rights deal. Media rights expires at the end of next season, so 2024. And really what happened is just terrible leadership. Lay it on the Pac-12 commissioner right there. They were shopping around for media rights deal, and they knew they were going to be losing USC, UCLA. They made absolutely no effort to bring another team in. They needed to do that to get a bigger bag or get a bag at all. And they said that they had expansion plans, but they wanted to get the media rights deal done first. You got to throw these big companies that are trying to give you money. You got to show them what you're going to give them. So if you're going to lose your two biggest schools, arguably, you better have something. And I heard earlier in the week that there's reports that they had offers from like ESPN and Fox earlier in the year, like January, and they just didn't take it for whatever reason. And that's all part of negotiations. That's fine, but it's August now. It's 7 months later. The deal that that they laid out to the different schools on last Tuesday was Apple TV streaming, and each school would get around $20 million, which in these conference times it's a pittance. The Big 12 is offering $31 million to each school.
Okay.
And the Big 10, I want to say it's like $47 million.
Okay.
So yeah, $20 million's a drop. No one's
Yeah.
gonna want
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But to make it even more infuriating, is they say they have expansion plans. You want the media companies to see who you're going to get. Like I said, all last March Madness, San Diego State. They get to the NCAA championship game, and the Pac still didn't get them. Now reports are saying that San Diego State was ready to accept an offer,
Oof.
but they would have needed either someone to buy out their Mountain West contract so they could jump right away.
It would have been so beneficial for both parties.
Right?
Wow. I didn't hear that. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. But
that's cool. San Diego State, UNLV, and a couple other Mountain West teams.
Yeah. UNLV too. What the devil?
Apparently all ready to accept offers, and no offer was made. I guess there might have been talks, might have not been. Nothing's official there. But yeah, and then there was some talk last week as everything was going down, and I'm not sure which way it's going to go. There's talk of a merger maybe happening between the Mountain West and the Pac-12, and the Pac could bolster their numbers that way. I imagine.
That's a quick Band-Aid. That's a quick fix.
And it gets a lot of the schools that they were supposedly targeting.
Yeah.
I still feel like Gonzaga is probably a team that they would want to target.
Yeah.
For basketball, I mean, they've been a powerhouse 25 years now, so
yeah,
you got to get that school.
Yeah, but I would almost think that Gonzaga would want to go elsewhere for real.
Yeah, and they've been talking about leaving their conference for a year or so.
Yeah.
So last Friday, after that, the media rights deal was introduced to the schools. Right before all this happened too, I was talking with my dad about it. Like we were sending articles back and forth and stuff, and it's funny because Arizona's president, they talked about his patience, like not wanting to jump the gun and make a bad deal. Apparently, like, he's a heart surgeon, so like he has all the patience in the world. But once that media rights deal, once that media rights deal was announced or offered to them, talks with the Big 12 very quickly, and by Friday, the rumors had gone that Arizona was talking to the Big 12, and if they went, ASU and Utah would go. And, even before those schools, that move was now announced, suddenly, like, it's the Big 12 or the Big 10's trying to get Oregon and Washington. And that was announced even before Arizona's move was announced, like, officially. So the Big 10, they scoop up Oregon and Washington. The Big 12 grabs.
Dude, that sounds like fun for both conferences, yo.
Right. They
might actually be the more exciting conferences in the upcoming future.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about basketball and football.
And Big 12 has some great basketball teams.
Yes, that's like the Big 12. And the Big 10's creeping on the come up.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like flying below the radar, creeping on the come up. But you those additions, all that pans out.
Yeah.
So, man.
All in all, like, after USC, UCLA leaves, you got these 5 schools announcing.
Yeah.
That leaves them with who is it? Oregon State, Washington State, and Stanford and Cal.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a Power 5 conference.
Right. Do we have any? I feel like I hear some buzzing. Do we have any comments up on the YouTube feed?
Nothing yet that I can see. Oh,
Okay.
Harry, what's up? What's good?
Yeah, I felt like I heard some stuff come through. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's up?
About the game that's going on now, he says the Texans will find a way to lose.
Harry, you went against me last week, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Against me last week. But well, let me ask you this: like, you just gave everybody, you said, you've had dealings with two of the Pac-12 teams. How does it make you feel? How do you feel with this dismantling, though?
It's crazy because, like I said, I worked for USC.
Yeah.
I was in the dental school, but there was like this cafe not too far that a lot of the athletes were at. I saw who's that coach that you hate? Pete Carroll. I saw him.
Oh yeah, fucking jerk.
One of our dentists, like, he saw all the student athletes so much that when they won the Orange Bowl, he got a ring. Like, so I've held a
that's nice. That's sweet.
I held a national championship football ring in my hand. So
holy crap.
I got a lot of great memories of USC. And when they announced they were leaving, that was like the wind was taken out of me. And it was hard to believe. But everything that happened on Friday, like, 10 times as worse. And I know it's happening in a year, but it's the kind of thing, like, once it happens, then you'll finally believe it, because it's just it's not real.
I mean, Jesus. I mean, I didn't mention them earlier, but like, UCLA, like, rooting, like, I mean, like, and this is just me kind of dating myself, but, watching basketball, O'Bannon brothers, and
oh yeah.
Like, I'm really throwing it back. Don't want to say the O'Bannon brothers, but like, like, it's just unbelievable. And like I said, if you are watching, if you're around my age, maybe a little bit younger, you were watching around those times, and it was just so exciting. And even if you didn't live in that area, you had at least one team in the Pac-12 that you cheered for, that you followed. Real life, like, seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. So like, it honestly made me kind of sad. Like, I was surprised when Maryland left the ACC. Like, that was kind of shocking.
Yeah.
To me, but I didn't feel sad like I did when I was like, this is really official. This is really going down. And I was a little sad, man. I can admit that.
Yeah. It's madness.
Yeah. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on that. We'll be talking more about that next week. Let's keep it moving with the football. And we're talking about Pete Carroll's booty ass. Might as well just keep it going.
Hey, that was a good transition. Didn't even plan that.
I was so happy that you said that. I was like, ooh, that was perfect. My man always throwing up the hoop. We love throwing each other alley-oops, and we just be dunking them joints. Oh, I love it. But so we talk about Pete Carroll. We have a game tonight, Minnesota Vikings against the Seattle Seahawks. Y'all know how much I hate Pete Carroll. But Pete Carroll, I'm going with the Vikings. Easy money pick. Take the Vikings plus. I believe it's 3.5 right now. Go ahead. Lay that joint, take the points, let's make some money. Mark, do you think the Seattle Seahawks have a chance in hell at winning this game? I mean, they are 3.5-point favorites.
Yeah, that's 3.5, and we all know in the NFL 3 is even money.
Yeah.
Which, how do the odds makers even come up with the odds for preseason games?
I don't know either, because there's just so many unknowns. It's incredible, and that's another reason why I've been kind of really rolling. I've come to realize that this season, I'm trying a different approach when it comes to preseason. But and we're all, honestly, seriously, if you're betting on preseason games, you're doing it for shits and giggles. Nobody knows what the fuck is going to happen. Like, I'm serious. I'm being honest with you. Nobody knows what's going to happen. There are no gurus out there. There are no algorithms that can accurately predict what the hell is going on when a second and third stringers are out there playing this game. But what I will tell you is this. More often than not, these games are going to be kind of close, because everybody out there is booty huff and all fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
Like, That's the one thing that you can say. And that is why, one of the statistics that I threw out last week about the Hall of Fame game, more often than not, there's no points being scored. So, to me, my best bet, if like I said, we're doing this for shits and giggles. I'm hoping you guys aren't putting the rent up on these games, because if you do, I want you to go find a meeting. But for shits and giggles, you're throwing a couple dollars around. Dog, take the dogs, yo. Take the dogs. Even with last night's game, it kind of who did the Browns play? I forget that fast.
Jets.
Christ.
Last week, the Jets.
The Jets, yeah. Even with like the momentum swinging and everything, like in real life in the regular season, that game would have ended up being a blowout, but it wasn't. I think did they even win by more than 7 points? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah. They sure blew
up
33 points out of the water,
5 or 6 for real, which is further proving my point. You know what I mean? Like there aren't many blowouts. There aren't many high scoring games. And like again, I am going to. There's nothing out there that's going to tell me like that Seattle Seahawks are going to win more than a field goal. To me, I'm just trying to take a quote unquote rational approach.
Yeah.
You rocking with me on this one?
Vikings, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay, Keisha Mark, both on the same side of this coin. Vikings plus 3.5. Y'all go ahead and book it. What else we got on the menu, yo? Let me see here. We're kind of rolling through this stuff. All right, we did. Okay. Brittany Griner. We've done a lot of talking about her this year. She made her debut back to the NFL. Oh my God, some people are gonna have a ball with that one.
Hey, it's preseason. Everyone's trying for a job.
I can't wait to talk to you offline. All right, excuse me, y'all. Brittany Griner debut coming back to the WNBA after her time overseas, and not for good reasons. We're not going to spend too much time on that. But it was recently announced last week that she was going to take a step away from basketball. I believe it might be for the rest of the season. And before everybody starts getting all crazy and everything, like seriously, the Phoenix Mercury has slim to none chances to get into the playoffs. The best thing about their season was Brittany Griner coming back and Diana Taurasi accomplishing all of her feats, her legendary feats this year. But Mark, if you remember when she made the announcement that she was going to come back, what did we say? What was one of our key things? We were very interested to see what it would be like for her to come back in the time frame that she has. There was a lot of mixed emotions about that. Some people were saying, dude, she might need to take some time, talk to somebody, like rehab, get your, and then other people were saying, well, that might be a good idea, sports takes your mind off of everything, blah, 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 blah. But, we're seeing a little bit of both, right? Because she cited mental health, issues. And, after you've been in that type of situation, detained overseas in horrendous conditions, you don't know what type of effect that has on you until you're right up in it. Yeah, you might want to do something a whole lot, but you on the road and you got all these press conferences, people taking you're actually just throwing yourself back into the mix. Your mind might be like, yo, time out. And I think that's what happened to her.
Yeah, I think, getting back on the road and the hustle bustle of life as an athlete definitely takes its toll. It takes its toll on a healthy person. So everything she's been through. Not only
that, she's married. And you just spend all of this time away from your life being locked up. And then you come back and get on the road again, like, you gotta take that into consideration too. Yeah. So she made the decision. I completely 100% support her in that. I think it's a great idea. If you know that you aren't 100%, your heart's not really in it, yo, to me that's being a responsible individual because you are a team member. You're a member of a team. So the things that you do not only affect you, but they affect your team as well. So I tip my hat off to her. I'm glad that she did that. Everybody's supporting her. I think that's fantastic, man. But I just wanted to shout out, come through for Brittany for coming to that decision and sticking to it. Like, yo, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for yourself. And that goes for all our outsiders out there. If you take anything from this show, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for yourself.
I believe she rejoined the team already.
Did she come? She came back?
Yeah, because she took off. Her last game before returning was the 25th.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's been over a week.
Yeah, and she came back on the 5th, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they should be having a game coming up this weekend.
Tonight, I believe.
Okay, I was gonna say because it's been a few days since they last played. All right, well, thank you for clearing that up for me, Mark. I'm gonna see if I can tune in. If not tune in, then get some highlights to see how much she plays. When she hits the court, what she's looking like. You know what I mean? I was actually kind of surprised at the decision because and this might have been the tip of the iceberg though. If you think about the timing and everything, the All-Star game.
Yeah.
There was an outpouring of love for her, like, the whole entire weekend with, off the court. And, when the actual game went down, like the first half, every time she touched the ball, they just let her go in and dunk like every other time. Like, they didn't even, defend her. And at first I was like, man, this shit is bullshit. But then I was like, wait a minute, Hughes. Slowly pump your brakes. You always jumping the gun. Like, yo, she earned this for real. And I accepted and understood it. But like you said, on the 25th, you coming off the heels of that All-Star game, and I don't know if that was the tip of the iceberg, but it kind of feels that way with the timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be something interesting that we will continue to follow. I feel like I heard some buzzing. Did we get any other comments on the feed there?
Not yet. I was just gonna say the Sun play the Mercury tonight, 10 o'clock Prime Video.
Okay.
So nationally
you said,
televised.
Does it say what channels will be on?
Prime Video.
Prime? Oh, perfect. All right, I'm gonna be on it. Shit. Okay. Let's see. I am taking a look at the menu. I think we pretty much checked off everything. You got any real on wrestling for us, bro?
SummerSlam was this past week. Great show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
AEW, they're gearing up for their big Wembley Stadium show. That's what was that? It's, August 26th, I believe. And they're finally putting some matches together. Like 3 weeks away, and they're finally setting up some story. But I just gotta say, the champion MGF, he's defending against Adam Cole, and their storyline has been absolutely hilarious. Like, they were just kind of thrown together. They hate each other. They were thrown together as a tag team for this tag team eliminator tournament thing that they end up winning. Lost the opportunity at the tag team titles, but these skits that they're doing, they're hilarious. Last night they went to a trampoline park.
Oh, really?
And MJF, it's definitely not his kind of thing. And Cole says, there's all kinds of things you can do here. You can do this, you can do that, you can do dodgeball. And like right in my head, I was like, oh, they're gonna do that. And MJF, he's like, dodgeball. Goes over, and who's at these trampoline parks usually? We've gone to a trampoline park together. Who's the primary customer at these trampoline parks?
Children.
Yeah, MJF was laying them kiddies out.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. He's like,
I would have liked to have seen that.
He's like, I'm your dad. Bam. I slept with your mom last night. Bam.
That's fucking hilarious.
I got to dig up the video. I'll dig up the video and put it on the show page or
please,
something.
Please do, bro. Please do.
Y'all wonder why I love wrestling? That's why.
Let me ask you before we close out and everything. I've been actually meaning to ask you, there's a series on Apple TV called Heels. Have you checked that out yet?
Oh, that's actually on Stars. Heels.
Oh, is it Star? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Stars. Okay. Well, no, I'm watching the first season on Apple TV, so maybe they got the rights to the first season because it's a new season this year, right?
Yeah, season 2 just started dropping. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're familiar and you've been watching.
I actually haven't been watching it because I haven't had Stars. Like, it's
Okay.
one of those streaming services channels that I'll pick up every
No,
so
but
often.
you do have Apple TV, right?
Yeah, but I didn't realize it was there.
Yo, it's on there, so I think we need to watch that together. I got it queued up to watch the first episode on my joint right now. So,
Sweet.
I think that's something that we might want to do though. But it's all about the wrestling and everything. And honestly, from looking at the characters and the previews and everything, I feel like it should be called Mullet Silly. But yeah, it's like I feel like it's kind of throwbackish because they sporting the mullets hardcore, yo. So
yeah, the star. God, who's the star of it? His name escapes. It's the dude that played Arrow on the Arrow show.
Yeah, not only was he Arrow on the Arrow, but he was Bjorn on the show, on the Viking show. I was heavy on that. Yeah. Bjorn Ironside. And that was actually a friend of mine who, we were watching Vikings together. Was telling me, she's like, Bjorn's got a new show, and that joint kind of dope. She was like all into it.
Really?
Yes. She said it's really good.
He's a lifelong wrestling fan, so it's like kind of a passion project that he put together. He's one of the big creative forces behind the show.
Yeah, and we've kind of been looking. We're in like a down period because we've watched everything that we need to watch. We gotta find some new shit to watch together. I think this might be it, yo.
Yeah. He's actually done a few wrestling matches himself. Him and Cody Rhodes are big friends. They did a match against each other once. They did a tag team match together once, and he's God, I can't remember his name, but yeah, great actor, great wrestling fan.
Yeah. All right, we got anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay, I think I've hit everything that I wanted to hit as well. Man, Alexander Lugwood. He's the one that played Bjorn Ironside on Vikings. And then James Harrison is in it too.
Stephen Amell.
I saw him and I was like, what the hell? And the other guy, I think this is the guy that played Arrow, Stephen Amell.
Amell.
Stephen Amell.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that played Arrow.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I'm really, it's supposed to be good. We're gonna get into it, and maybe we could talk about that a little bit next week as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we about to jump on this NFL tip for the evening. You know how we end this show. Baltimore spread love, yo. It's Thursday night, yo. The weekend is right around the corner, man. I can almost see it for real. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I want everybody to enjoy your weekend. Spread the love. Keep clean. I'm Keisha. On the other end is Mark, and we are just a bit outside. Peace.